The roar of a lion, the stench of a serpent, and the mischievous nature of a goat, all combined into one terrifying package. What could it possibly be? Is it some kind of crazy magic experiment gone wrong? Nope, just the product of two very monstrous parents, Typhon and Echidna. Welcome to my channel. And today, let's find out the truth behind the Chimaera Unveiled. There are many famous monsters in Greek mythology, like the Minotaur, the Medusa, and the Hydra. However, the Chimaera stands out as one of the most ferocious and terrifying beasts. Depicted as a hybrid monster with the front of a lion, the middle of a goat, and the tail of a serpent, the Chimaera was said to have breathed fire, symbolizing chaos and destruction. Its appearance alone was enough to strike fear into the hearts of even the bravest warriors. But how did such a terrifying creature come into existence? Let's start at the beginning. According to Hesiod's Theogony, the Chimaera was the offspring of two very monstrous figures. Typhon, a giant with 100 heads, and Echidna, a monster with a woman's upper body and a serpent's lower body. Now, if you think that's a weird combination, just wait. Their children were even more fearsome. In addition to the Chimaera, this monstrous couple had a son named Typhoon, who was a giant with 6 heads, as well as Cerberus, the 3-headed dog who guarded the entrance to the underworld. Despite its fearsome reputation, the Chimaera wasn't just a mindless killing machine. In some versions of the myth, it was actually quite intelligent and cunning. For example, when the hero Bellerophon came to slay the beast, the Chimaera taunted him, saying, "You'll never catch me, little man. I'm too quick and too clever for you." Of course, Bellerophon did unlisten, and he spent several days searching for the Chimaera before finally cornering it on a cliff. As the legend goes, the Chimaera prepared to fight by breathing a mighty gust of air, which blew away the rocks and soil from the mountainside. But Bellerophon was ready for this, and he covered his face with a special ointment called Heracles' sweat, which made him immune to the Chimaera's fiery breath. With its main weapon useless against the hero, the Chimaera tried to flee, but it was too late. Bellerophon was faster, and he soon caught up to it. He then struck the beast with his spear, killing it instantly. Now, you might be wondering why the gods allowed such a dangerous creature to roam free in the first place. Well, according to some accounts, the Chimaera was a punishment from the gods for the sins of mortals. In particular, the beast was sent to punish King Minos for his hubris and wickedness. By slaying the Chimaera, Bellerophon didn't just save himself, but also the people of Lycia from a terrible fate. Although the Chimaera was ultimately defeated, it remains an enduring symbol of chaos and destruction in ancient mythology. Even today, the word chimerical is used to describe something that is wildly imaginative or unrealistic. But the Chimaera's legacy goes back much further than that. In fact, the earliest known depiction of the Chimaera comes from the 8th century BC, when it was carved on an altar at the sanctuary of Athena in Athens. Other ancient sources such as Homer and Hesiod also provide us with valuable information about the beast. Homer, for example, describes the Chimaera as a she-goat, which may have inspired the satyr play genre in Greek theater. And Hesiod, as we mentioned earlier, gives us the genealogy of the Chimaera, tracing its lineage back to the primordial deities. But what does the name Chimaera even mean? As it turns out, it's not as complicated as you might think. The Greek word chimera simply means she-goat. So while the exact origins of the beast may be shrouded in mystery, its name is not. Despite being a relatively minor deity in the grand scheme of things, the Chimaera's impact on ancient mythology is undeniable. From its fearsome appearance to its tragic backstory, this hybrid monster has captured the imaginations of poets, artists, and scholars for centuries. So what do you think? Does the true form of the Chimaera live on in your mind now that you know more about it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. And be sure to share this video with anyone who might be interested in learning more about the world of Greek mythology. Thanks for watching. Until next time.